The all-new 1027.
We are here with the girl that is taking over the entire planet, Billie Eilish.
How are you?
So happy. I'm great. So happy to have you here.
Happy to be here.
What a journey you have had. And
Right?
you are just, are you loving life right now?
I am. I actually am. It's very new to me to be loving life. So I'm pretty happy with it.
Well, you've written so much in your songs about not loving life, but
Yeah.
that's really what so many people connect with. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, your lyrics, they reach people of all ages. Doesn't matter if they're teenagers. I mean, so many young adults and so many adults. What I love about you and I think is so unique is your angelic voice, but then you bring the dark side to it. You know, you mess it all up and it's just this beautiful, gorgeous thing.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, like I like never meant for it to be this like dark music. I just like wrote what I felt, and then it ended up like, I don't know. There's always like people saying like it's dark and it's creepy and it's whatever, but I never ever like realized that until after the fact. Like because I just was writing what I felt, and I still write what I feel, and like it's funny how people like put a name on it, like decide that it's something. Because I kind of like that, because it's like I like when people come up with what they think I make when it's not what I make. But it is, though, you know? I like it.
That's good. You're not offended because it's special. I just watched a little bit of the video of you guys, you and your brother Phineas, who I think that's the coolest relationship in the world. A brother and sister that get along so good and then get to create together.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be able to continue to do that? Is Phineas going to produce anybody else, or are you hanging on to him?
He produces for tons of people. Like he writes with a lot of artists. He's produced a lot of songs with other people that are out and are not out. And like with me and him, like I don't have any desire to not work with him, and I don't have like a thing that's like I can never work with anyone else. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like him and I would I think agree on that, which is like that we're not closed minded to any ideas or any of the future, because like I don't want to be, you know? And the thing is, like, him and I make music that we really like making, so why change that? You know, I love working with him. Like, it's so good, so like why would I not? You know? But then if one day like we both go our separate ways and like don't like aren't really as into it anymore, then that's fine, you know? And I don't welcome it, but I'm like, I don't, you know what I'm starting to say? Like, I don't know. But I love him. He's my best friend, so I have no desire to not work with him.
Let's talk about your video, your latest video. I have so many questions because there's a part of Bury a Friend in it, right? It opens up with that scene, and you've got some really cool elements in there. All good girls go to hell. You're flying down from heaven. You're falling from heaven at like 9,000 miles an hour. And you fall into this vat of God knows what.
Right.
What was that, by the way?
What it actually was?
It was chocolate syrup or something fun?
No, that, oh my God, something fun. That would be a fun idea. I don't know if it'd be fun to actually be in it. It was, you know, like the Kids' Choice Awards and like that, like, you know how they like put like goo on the kids
Slime?
and that, the slime.
Yeah.
It's made out of that stuff, but it's just black.
Was it cold?
It You know what's funny? It was actually really warm, which was even weirder. Like it was like 3-4 feet deep, and it was really warm on the bottom. And it was actually a really cold night, so it was nice to be in this like warm thing of like black snot. And then, but after I crawl out of it, like when we were filming the last parts of the video, I was freezing. Like so cold, because I was like all wet all over me, and it was so late. It was like 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
And I was freezing cold.
It's so great how you come out and you're just like, so was that because you were cold, or is that
it was because it was impossible to get out. Like it literally
it looked really real.
No, it was really hard. I had bruises. I have a video I'll show eventually, which I had bruises because of the wings, the straps. The wings were like 70 pounds.
They were like 10 feet long or 15 feet long.
So
right?
long. Yeah, they were 15 feet long. And with the goo, they were so much heavier. And had basically, like, it's crazy what went into making that video, because oh my God, why do I do the things I do? It's insane.
I can't stop watching it.
I'm glad you like it.
Like over and
I'm
over.
so glad you like it. There's basically, I had to wear like almost like a corset thing to like strap it on. Yeah, and then I had a thing over my right here, and then it was over my, oh my God, I had these big bruises at the end of the night. Big bruises here, big bruises here. For the falling scene, I had huge bruises on my hips.
Was that you falling?
Yeah, it was me.
That's so fun.
It was really miserable to shoot.
Oh my God.
It was incredibly miserable, for real. But I'm so happy with the way it turned out. Oh my God, I could not be happier.
It's like mesmerizing.
Thank you. I think the main reason why I'm happy with it is because we tried to do as much as we possibly could practically, because I can't stand VFX, like too many of them. It just makes me so mad. There can be a couple things because you physically can't get a video of me falling from the actual sky, but I can still be in that position, you know, like, so we had this crane that picked me up, and I was wearing the wings, and I had to bend over, and then wind blew on me, like, so we did everything. All the fire was real except for like a couple patches.
Please tell me the fire not catching your wings on fire was real.
That was not,
And
but
you
it
were not
actually
in
the wings didn't catch on fire, but the actual, you know how it like starts in like a trail, that was real.
Okay.
So like it actually was on fire right up to put the point of my wings, and then it stopped. But
Body double?
no, it was me. It was me. It was me.
It's like one of those things you're like, no, Billy, don't catch on fire. And you do. But then you come out with new wings, and they're completely different. Is there a significance in that?
Well, the idea of that was kind of that it's supposed to sort of be like the same wings, but with the feathers burned off.
Okay.
So it's almost more like the angel wings turned into bat wings in a way, like devil wings, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, and there are so many metaphors in that video, in the song. There are so many different plots in the video. Even like I was saying earlier, I should just write them all down, because I feel like I'm always forgetting them, because there's so many different ones. I have so many reasons for why I fall, why I land in the goo, why I turn into this like devil thing. But it's not really the devil. It's just a metaphor talking about like global warming and climate change and stuff. I should really write them down and like remember every detail so that I can actually give it to people to know.
I watched it with a lot of young people, including my kids, and they're always like, I wonder what she means. And I'm like, the great thing about Billie Eilish is because there's so many different metaphors, you kind of get your own meaning from the song.
Exactly.
So one day if you did write that down, that would be pretty amazing.
Right.
Right?
But like that's like why I haven't, and that's why I haven't with the rest of my videos, is because like I've always had this need to like just let the listener and, you know, the person, you know, watching my videos or listening to my music or watching an interview or whatever, to get their own meaning for everything that I do, so that like, and that's why for a lot of my songs, I don't want to describe what they mean or why I wrote them the way I did and why I blah blah blah, because I don't want to ruin anyone's perception of it. Like it's actually funny, because I haven't talked about them in interviews. I've actually had like my own, like with a couple of my close friends, I've had my own like reading of my lyrics and telling them what it meant. Like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it's actually really fun, because it's like people I'm actually really close to. Like one of my best friends, I was with her and she was like, can you explain every single line in Berry Friend to me and what you meant it for? Like what you meant for it to be? And I did. And she had fully different ideas of every single line.
I bet you would find that with a lot of
I would.
people.
Especially with like my best friend, you know, like
who's supposed to get you and totally
right. But that's what I love about it. And that's why I haven't done it, because that's why I like to just listen to people's ideas and listen to what they hear, you know? So it's up to everyone else.
You're going to be like, one day someone's going to, you know, you'll be like 50, 60 years old and they'll auction off the meaning of Billie Eilish's songs. I know it. It's going to be huge. You have so many celeb fans, Dave Grohl, Melissa McCarthy. That's just my favorite,
Adorable.
I think. And Julia Roberts. And I was wondering, I mean, you're 17 and you're playing like amazing, huge venues. Is there anyone, celeb or not, that gave you great advice for handling like sudden fame and all this stuff that goes on in the music business?
I think something that really stuck with me, which I don't even know if I don't even think it was advice. I think she was just talking. It was actually Mel C. Sporty Spice. Come on.
She's so cool. Love her.
She's so cool. She came to one of my shows in London, and I met her and her husband, I believe. And basically, she just was talking about how, like, the Spice Girls were going on this, like, new tour, like, reunion type tour. And they said they did this one show that was, like, super short. And I think she said something about how they were just on stage together, and they all were just looking at each other and smiling and just living in the moment. Because, what did she say? She said something like, you know, because we were so young and everything was just happening and happening and happening so fast that then suddenly it stopped. Like, suddenly it was over. And then we were like, wait, like, what just happened? And I was, you know, that was in, like, February when she told me that. And it just made me think, like, oh my God, I'm in that right now. I'm in the part that someday I'm going to be like, wow, that went by so fast. So I since then I've kind of been trying to, like, do everything in my life that I can to make me be more in it. Like, me be more there and aware and like, happy. So I think it's working. I've been doing pretty good with that. So
you take that moment.
I take
stage,
that moment.
Breathe it in, feel it,
just
look
be
around.
there. Yeah.
Maybe take a picture with your own phone.
Yeah.
Be present.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I think that's good.
That
advice.
helped a lot. That just made me think.
Who are I guess, I know your influences have been Drake and Justin Bieber. Who are you just loving right now? You're shocking the world. I'm wondering if anybody shocks you and you're like, whoa, you know, I love them.
I think Tierra Whack is, like, changing music. I think she's incredible. I think Sabrina Claudio is incredible. I love Melly. She's, like, up and coming. She's dope. But I also just, like, I just love music. Like, I don't know. I just love music. Like, I've been listening to this artist Jungle a lot lately. I've been listening to a lot of old stuff. I've been listening to, like, Green Day and, like, My Chem and yeah. I don't know. I love music, man. I could go on and on about everything that I'm listening to, like, all types of genres. I've been listening to, like, Hawthorne Heights and Flyleaf and, like, also Justin Bieber, because he's still good. How could you not? But I don't know. I'm just open to everything. I just love music.
That's all. And, you know, you broke my heart. I saw a video of you where you were talking about being in your dance studio and you know, being a dancer since such a young age, and then you had to stop, and you were just totally crushed because of injuries.
Yep.
I mean, Ocean Eyes, the dance video, you do amazing lyrical and contemporary and modern dance. And do you miss that? Do you think that prepared you in any way for what you do today?
I think it helped a lot. I mean, I wish I could have done it for longer, but my body gave out. Also, funny, I have 2 sprained ankles at the moment. I have 1 sprain there and another sprain there. I just got my boot off, like, 2 days ago.
You're a badass.
I
you jump around on stage like there's nobody's business with 2 braces on. It's incredible.
I am the worst. I do too much, man. I go too hard. But I don't know, man. My whole life I've been prone to injuries, so I don't know why. I guess it's like for the good things you have to have the bad things. So for me, my body doesn't work.
Billie, I know so many dancers, their careers like over at 23. The better thing happens for you.
You might
here.
Be right.
You
might be right.
mean?
You might be right.
Luckily, you're
talented.
I
learned from it. I did learn from it. Yeah.
It's such a cool way to express yourself, and I hope we do see more of it. I mean, any way you move in your videos goes so great with your music, and they're huge, huge, huge.
Thank you.
And I love all the dance that you do. Apparently, you love driving.
I love driving. Oh my God.
That's funny because a lot of kids
people hate driving.
I know,
especially in LA. I don't know why. LA is so fun to drive in. What? I don't get how people don't like driving. I love driving.
Do you, when you go home, Do you just take off in your car by yourself and just say, I'm out?
Mm-hmm. I'd just like go anywhere. Like I went to like, I told this story the other day. I went to Bath and Body Works. Like, got some lotions.
You cannot walk into Bath and Body Works
I
by
actually
yourself.
did. I couldn't believe it.
What
no
were you
one
wearing?
was there. That's why. It's because no one was there. I mean, if anyone had been there, it would have been a nightmare. But there's this place called the Paseo in LA, and it used to be kind of popping, so I was kind of like worried about going there. But I needed new lotion, man, and everyone was like busy, and we were about to leave for for Vegas.
Okay.
And I was like, well, shit, I need some new lotion, so I guess I'm just going to go to the Paseo. It's this, like, little shopping mall, which is so a bad idea for me to go to any place where there are stores. I drove there just to see outside, and no one was there. It was honestly heartbreaking, because I, like, went there growing up. It was, like, this, like, popular little shopping mall, and no one was there. So I was doing great. I walked right in, got my little candles. Got my my lotions. No, I love driving. I literally will drive anywhere. Went to Petco the other day. I love Petco.
You have a cat and a dog?
Yeah, I do.
Who goes on tour with you?
Neither of them.
Oh.
Well, neither of them like me so much. But that's because we got them, like, we used to have 3 cats. 2 of them, don't know where they went. But
They just walked out.
one of them walked. I think one of them got stolen by, like, a eagle or something, and the other one got eaten by a coyote. I have a picture of it. Don't know why, but I do.
At least you know what happened.
I know. There's, like, a little closure, and then the other one is just, like, evil. I found her in a tree, so I don't know. My dog is a sweetheart, but she's, like, old, and we also got her when I was 8, and so I was a little evil 8-year-old and tortured her, as an 8-year-old does. Not, like, literally, but, you know. Kids are not gentle, so...
You know a good dog when kids are, like, all over that dog and they're fine with it.
I just was always, like, smothering her and me.
Can I ask you about your Tourette's?
Oh, my. Yes, you can.
Thank you. I think that you have helped so many young people. There's hundreds of thousands of young people with Tourette's that get diagnosed in the United States, and you just took the stigma away and made it, like, part of who you are and embraced it. And I was curious... When you're dancing and when you're singing, do you even think about it or feel it or?
Not really. That was kind of why, not why anything, but it's something that I've always known. And like, I remember like realizing it. I think my mom pointed it out where we were just saying like when I'm performing and singing, like I just don't, my tics like basically disappear.
Okay,
I mean, there are some points when like I'll be in the middle of something and I'll start thinking about it. And the thing is that when you think like with Tourette's, like when someone mentions them, like for instance, when you just said, can I ask you about your Tourette's? I ticked because like it's annoying because like people assume when someone brings up Tourette's and then you tick, they're like, oh, they're just doing that because they want to show that they have it. No, I don't want to show that I have it.
Trigger.
It's because it triggers it. It's because if I'm thinking about it, I do it. And if I talk more about it, then I'm going to do more of it, like that. Like, keep talking about it, and I'm going to be, like, the whole day. So.
Well, so many people have so many tics anyway. And you know what I love is I was watching you do your dance, and I'm like, there is just solid. Like, that's why I asked, because it's like nothing.
I know, and, like, I mean, it's funny because the only reason I even, like, came out with it was because I felt like my fans and supporters like would want to know, because they, as much as I love them, they had started to make like compilation videos of me ticking and like being like, look at Billie making all these funny faces, like why is she doing that? And I just felt like if I were them, I would want to know that I was making fun of somebody's diagnosis.
It was a brave move, and it really helped a lot of people.
I mean, I kept it to myself for 3 years, and like it just was really hard because like I just was doing, I mean, I still, because people don't, I mean, a lot of the people that interview me don't know about my Tourette's because they don't look at my Instagram, so how could they? But even still, like I'm still keeping it in as much as I can, which is like so embarrassing because it's like everybody should like be themselves and like
exactly. I know people without Tourette's who have all kinds of tics.
Yeah,
you know?
and like
and
just you should
let
it out.
Who you are.
It is, but I don't know. I don't know. I wish more people would understand that I have them, because I still feel like I get a weird response whenever I do tick and people are like, haha.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Because they don't understand.
Because they don't know what it is. I mean, I get it. It's like, why is she making that face? Why is she making her eyes do that? I get it. But
we love your tics.
Thank you.
I think they're fantastic.
And the fans, like, a lot of people have come up to me saying, like, I have Tourette's too, and, like, you helped me a lot. And I never even, I didn't even realize that could happen. Like, I didn't think about that. I just thought people should know this. I didn't think people also have this and I'm helping them, you know? So it's really cool that I got that.
Well, thanks for being so brave, because I think you helped a lot of people.
Of course.
We have one final question. My girls, come up here for a minute. They're huge Billie Eilish fans.
I didn't even know you guys were in the room.
Okay, Billie's got to go.
So do you have any advice for teens and young adults like me who want to express themselves through fashion, and how do you deal with negative comments?
Oh, girl. That's a hard one. I mean, the comments are just, you just have to not look. Like, that's it. And it's so hard to not look, especially when there are comments you do want to see. For instance, like, it is something I actually, like, have a hard time with, because, you know, my friends comment, or, like, people I know comment, and I want to see them, so I go to the comment section, and you just scroll a little bit too far, and then suddenly you see something that, like, ruins your mood for the whole week. Yeah. So it's really hard. I think just if you know where the hate lies the most, delete it. Get rid of that. Like, for instance, I deleted Twitter because it was ruining my life and making me so miserable. So if there's one place where you think is the most negativity, don't even think about it. Just, like, get rid of it. And if it's people, get rid of them for real. And expressing yourself, I think that's up to you and what you feel comfortable doing. You know, if you just gotta, if you're happy with it, that's all that matters, you know? Like, don't do anything that you're not happy with. Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
Billie.
you.
Oh, my God.
Aww,
Thank you for doing that.
that's so sweet.